Hello, my name is Luis Vasquez. The following PowerPoint video will endeavor to fulfill the guidelines prescribed for the final project of Spanish 147, which includes a presentation lasting more than 5 minutes and connecting 2 or more articles discussed in class. I will explain specific portions of the following articles: Hispanic Perspective Textbooks and Other Curricular Materials by Jesus Garcia, The Mexican Outsiders, A Community History of Marginalization and Discrimination in California by Marta Menchaca, and Harvest of an Empire by Juan Gonzalez. I selected the 3 academic articles because of the definition of Hispanics and findings presented by Jesus Garcia. In the article, he defines Hispanic as the term employed to describe Mexican Americans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Ecuadorians, and other Latin Americans who call the United States home. This definition involves me because I'm both Salvadoran and Guatemalan. Garcia's findings involves me and many other groups of Latinos because we are excluded or minimized in school textbooks during the late 1970s. Garcia wrote, textbook writers assign little space to the shared and unique experiences of Mexican Americans, Puerto Ricans, Cuban Americans, and other Latinos. The dilution of the different stories of the Latino community continued mostly by covering the 3 predominant Latino groups, which are the Mexican Americans, Puerto Ricans, and Cuban Americans. Basically, in the late 1970s, all Latinos were mushed into the story of the predominant Latino groups. The trend of mushing all Latinos into one story continues to this day. Marta Menchaca's article was originally published as a book in 2010, but she solely focuses on the difficulties Mexican Americans face in Santa Paula, California. The community of Santa Paula sought to control the education system by segregating the schools. By no means am I trying to say or position that the stories of Mexican Americans should be discredited or ignored. The book itself represents another one of Jesus Garcia's findings. He found that writers would focus on providing background information about the problems of minority groups, and their attention to detail was either about a general or a specific group. Garcia wrote, writers devote more attention to providing a background to the problems. Most writers centered their attention on a general or specific group on page 111. Once again, I'm a firm believer that any type of segregation is both morally and legally wrong, but there needs to be another way to disseminate information about Latinos. I feel that I'm bombarded with information about the Mexican American community because of my upbringing in Los Angeles, California, and my relocation to Davis, California for my undergraduate studies. I had the ill fate of attending an elementary school that promoted a bilingual program, but it failed to provide quality teachers that could use both Spanish and English. The end result was that I didn't master English and became a Spanish speaker for the remainder of my K-12 education. At Santa Monica Boulevard Elementary, the Mexican American teachers made it clear where I stood with them because my parents are from Central America. The insults grew when I had to dress in traditional Mexican garments and dance to the music that wasn't part of my upbringing. I remember other students who had Central or South American origins disliked not being able to explore into their own culture during school. Moving forward into my adult years, I managed to transfer from Los Angeles City College. The orientation guide informed me that the Chicanx and Latinx Center is a safe haven. I'm glad that the Latinos have a place to congregate. I have an issue as to why the center needs to separate Chicanos from Latinos when their ancestors come from a Latin American country. The name of the center is a testament to me that the Mexican American community at UC Davis wants to be away from the other Latino cultures. Essentially, I continue to see that the Mexican American community is separated from the remaining Latino cultures and given their own way of expression through bilingual education or university centers. Based on the aforementioned definition of Hispanics, why can't we just rename the Chicanx and Latinx Center into the Hispanic Center? While at UC Davis, I obviously decided to enroll in Spanish 147. The article that caught my attention the most was the one written by Juan Gonzalez. This author made it riveting to learn history because the depth wasn't just about one section of the Latino community. The information provided to us was dark, but it needed to be disseminated. I'm a political science major, and my professors are unable to teach about the origins of filibusters, and Gonzalez let me see how filibusteros help damage Latin American countries.